try and keep this one brief. We've opened up Photoshop and I've put in a drawing of this. It's a sketch on a sheet of paper. I did the other day, loose on the train, of just some punters with their face masks, because for me the journey on the train has changed and people are distancing. So that was kind of my little story, my narrative. What I've done is I've downloaded it to my computer and I have now opened up Photoshop. There we go. I want to get rid of this white area, this paper. Two reasons. Firstly, let me show you some examples. There's one example. So this is from a website, a fashion design website, and it's a pencil sketch where the illustrator has taken away the paper so they can now put blue colour on it, also put a pure white as a fill. Another example would be this one. Okay, let me just zoom in and you can see it's a pencil sketch or a very soft marker or something. Yeah, by removing the white matter you can actually start to put in colours. That is what we're going to aim towards in a minute. Okay, so why do we do this? Well, firstly, if I try and put some colour on this using a paint bucket, choose a colour, I'll just choose red. Okay, I'll just rasterize this layer because, as you can see, it's being downloaded from my phone because I just took a photograph as a scan, so I need to rasterize it. Right click, go to rasterize. I can now do anything with this picture. I can edit it in lots of different manners. If I use my paint bucket and fill in that hat, okay, look what happens. It's connecting, the paint fill is connecting to the pixels of the paper, and that's why you get this really strange and horrible effect. Let me just press Command Z to go back. What I'm going to do is make sure that all that paper has been deleted, disappears. To do that, I'm going to do this. Go to my tool palette on the left hand side, magic wand. If I just hover over the top, an animation should appear. Whoa. And show me what it does. Maybe I've got mine disabled, but it will do for you. So I'm going to click on the paper. You can delete by doing this, but it's not perfect, as you can see. Okay. So what I'm going to do is press Command D to get rid of the walking ants. Command D. Okay, you'll find that up in select and it says there deselect. Command D. What I'm going to do is go to select, color range, and I'm going to click anywhere on the page on the white paper, which is obviously bits of grey as well. Click. And move this slider up and down and you can see what it's selected. It's selected a lot of the white, but not this area here. So that's another type of colour that we're going to select in a minute. Press OK. Press delete. Oh, it's not too bad actually. Command D. I'm just going to click down the bottom here with my select tool again, colour range, and just click that area there because it's a bit grey, as you can see. It's a little bit grey. Press OK and press delete. It's taking quite a lot of this grey matter of the head. So you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to leave that, okay? If you can't see what is happening on the page, I'm going to make a new layer and fill it in white so we can see. So make a new layer. It's at the bottom here. Just select white, fill it. Okay, you can just about see there's a bit of grey matter. Don't be over concerned about that for now. I think it should be okay. I'm going to select my drawing, which is that. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and show you the colour. It's a little bit grey, a little bit washy, but I don't mind because it's been created in a marker. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, Levels, and I'm going to slide this slider here on the right. And you see how darker it goes? That's kind of what I want. Press OK, zoom out. And guys, what I can do now, remember before we used the paint bucket and in red and it went a bit weird. Look what happens now I do this. Make a new layer, choose red, press OK, paint bucket, and I'm going to click in the same area as I did before. Okay, just going to move me layer just behind our drawing. Press go. So you can see why we have to get rid of the white content. Yeah, a little bit darker there, but I'm not too fussed. What you can do is you can literally go to your lasso tool and you can actually draw around these people and cut them away so you can actually move them as individual objects if you so wish. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and fill using a new layer. I'm going to fill it in with colour, this lady's face. Okay, so choose me brush from my palette. Because I've chosen brush, all these options have come up here. If they don't appear for you, don't worry, it's in window and it's called, I think it's workspace essentials. Yeah, okay, choose a brush. In this case I'm just going to choose a hard round brush. Okay, it's a little bit big on the page. Okay, as you can see, so on the keyboard on the right hand side next to the big shift key there's two little brackets. I'm going to press the left bracket. Okay, can you see that? And what I'm going to do is choose a colour, just a kind of a skin tone, and I'm going to fill it in. I'm zooming in by pressing Command plus and just fill in that colour. So this is quite a cool way of doing it. If you don't want to fill in with colour, just leave it black and white. Okay, when we create our chronicle, it'll be really cool, just as a black line. And I'm just going to do the hands as well. It's funny, you can tell she's using a mobile phone, and it's just a few lines, messy lines. If you make a mistake, you can use the rubber. Zoom out by pressing Command minus. So there we go. What you can also do, if you wanted, you could put that to the top layer and you can see what it does. If you go to this area here called normal, go to multiply, it shows the image behind. See, it does actually work. The good thing about when we do our drawings, we can actually press multiply on our paper, on our drawing, and it will show the colour behind the content. But you guys need to learn this so you can create some illustrations which are similar to the likes of this. Okay, is that okay for you? Okay, thank you very much.